Okay, boys, we're going to start our lesson. The first thing we're going to do is I want to tell you what book we're going to read today. We're going to read this book called The Witch of Whitemore Street. It's a very good book, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. Now, the first thing we're going to do before we start The Witch of Whitemore Street, we're going to do some sight word practice. So I have 3 sight words I want us to quickly go over, and we're going to do a quick, invisible sight words activity. Are you with me? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. All right, Brandon, can you tell me, do you know what this word is right here, this sight word? You can unmute.
Never.
Good job. Excellent. You can mute again, Brandon. Christopher, can you tell me what this word is? Unmute.
Outside.
Good job. Excellent. And Joey, can you tell me what this one is?
Over.
Awesome. Very good. Remute. All right, boys, get your white paper, your white or yellow crayon, whatever you have, and your marker. We're going to do a quick sight word activity on paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to write our 3 words. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write the word never on your paper with your white or yellow crayon. Logan, I know you have yellow, so that's fine. I want you to write the word never. And as you write it, I want you to say the letters out loud to you're saying it out loud. I can't hear you, but say the letters. Like me, N-E-V-E-R. Say it again, N-E-V-E-R. Then I want you to take your marker and I want you to color over the word you just wrote in your white crayon. And then I want you to hold it up and show it to me. Those are our invisible sight words. Let me see when you're done. Bring it, oh, good job. Bring it down a little bit, Christopher. Good job, Christopher. Brandon, excellent. Awesome. How'd you do, Logan? You working on it? Good work. Awesome. Good, Anthony. Let's see. Good job, Joey. Awesome. Very good. Good work. How we doing, Logan? Logan's coloring over. Good job. Doing good, Logan? Let me see. Way to go. Way to go. Let's write outside. I want to see those lips moving as you're writing the word and spell it out loud. O-U-T-S-I-D-E. Outside. Outside. And then, remember, color over it with your marker. Color over it. Let me see. Oh, good job, Brandon. You're already done. Awesome. Very good, Brandon. Good job. Excellent. Christopher went MIA. Good job, Anthony. Way to go. Yep, I see it. Good job. Awesome, Christopher. Awesome. Great. Very good. Oh, you have a new marker? Okay, good. Way to go, Logan. Excellent. How'd you do, Joey? You're good? Nope, you're not good. Is it not working with the magical words? You can unmute.
My pencil broke.
Oh, no.
And now my pencil sharpener just dropped and...
Are you using a white crayon, Joey? That's okay. You know what I want you to do, Joey? You don't have to worry about it. We're going to do one more word. You can write it with your marker. That's all. No biggie, right? Go with the flow. You could just write it with another marker. All right, the last word we're going to do is the word. What's this word? Let me see your mouths. Good. Over. Way to go. Christopher, sit down. Spell it. Let me see you spell it out loud. O-V-E-R. Over, and then color over it with your marker. Joey, you could just use your marker to write it because we're done with this. It's super quick. It's just a quick 2-minute activity.
My dad was actually just able to sharpen the pencil.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Awesome, Chris. Good job, Logan. Way to go, guys. Let me see, Brandon. Excellent, Brandon. Good. Good job, Anthony. Way to go. And we're going to just give Joey another minute and let him finish that up, and then we're going to go to the next part.
It's not going to work.
That's okay. Write it with a marker. No big deal.
Okay.
As long as we practice it. It's all about practice, right?
Yep.
Good job, guys.
I'm trying.
Practice is what we're doing, right? Just good job. That's it. Nice and super quick. Way to go, Joey. Amazing. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do next. We are going to read this book called The Witch of Whitmore Street. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to share my screen right now with you. All right, guys, so we are going to read the book, The Witch of Whitmore Street. Let me ask a question. Before we start reading this book, I want one of you to make a prediction. Tell me, what do you think this book is going to be about based on the title, The Witch of Whitmore Street, and the cover illustration? Who wants to share what they think this story might be about? Let's make a prediction. What do you think this story is going to be about based on the title, The Witch of Whitmore Street, and the cover illustration? All right, who wants to give me a prediction about what this story is going to be about? You want to predict, Christopher? All right, tell me what your prediction is.
I think it's just going to be like a witch flying around like Whitmore Street and everyone's going to be like scared.
A witch flying around Whitmore Street and everyone's going to be scared. Okay, good. Joey, what's your prediction?
I predict that's going to be about the two people on the cover, and you can see the reflection of another house in the window. And I think that other house is going to be the witch's house, and it's like one of those big, spooky Frankenstein mansions.
Ooh, I love that. What a detailed description. And I love that you looked really deep into that picture and you saw the reflection of the other house. Nice job, Joey. Good job. Anybody else want to make their prediction about what it might be about? No other predictions today? No? All right, good. So here we go. The first thing we're going to do is I want to show you just a couple of words and read a couple of words to you that we're going to see in this book. So my first question is, can someone tell me what this first word is at the top? What is this first word at the top? Logan, what's this first word? You could unmute. Just unmute so I can hear you, sweetie.
Potion.
Potion. Do you know what a potion is, Logan?
It's like a type of like spell or like medicine that you make.
Good. Who typically makes potions? Where would you hear that? Someone making a potion. Go ahead, Logan.
A witch.
Yeah, good job. Okay, what's this next word? What's the second word? Who knows what the second word is? Brandon? Just unmute, Brandon, so I can hear you, sweetie.
Supplies.
Let's try. That's good. Let's try again. It starts with SP. What does SP sound together? Go ahead, Brandon.
Spies.
Good job. Spies. Excellent. I love how you self-corrected. And Brandon, what are spies? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know if there's two types of spies, but there's like, I know one version where it's like when there's like someone that like spies on someone.
And what does that mean when you spy on someone? What does that mean?
Like it's like when you're looking at somebody but they don't know.
Good job. Excellent. It's like you're watching what someone's doing, but they don't know. Hey, Logan, could you do me a favor, sweetie? Could you put your fun hat down? And maybe at the end we can wear it again? Because I really love it. It's a super cool hat. But thanks, Logan. Good job, Brandon. That's an excellent definition of spies. What's this third word? This is a really tough word. What's this third word? You want to give it a shot, Anthony? What's the third word? Just unmute.
Historical?
You know what I'm going to do?
Can't
Really?
see that.
Yeah, I know, because I'm sharing. Hold on. Look now. You know what that one is? You were so close. It's a hard word. Go ahead.
Historian?
Good job. Historian. Does anyone know what a historian is? It's a hard word. Anyone know what that word is? Historian? That's a tough word. I can help you with that one. It's someone that studies history, events in history, people from history, things that happened in the past. That's a historian, someone that studies the past and likes to research the past. And then we have this last word, which is super long. Anyone know what that word is? That last word? Joey, what do you think it is? Unmute. Let me ask you a question. Do you know people that dig up dinosaurs and bones from the past?
Paleontologist?
What did you just say?
Paleontologist?
Yes, paleontologist. Good, excellent. Someone that studies and digs up fossils and bones from the past. Great job, Joey. I like how you stuck with it and you kept trying. Good work. So these are some of the words that we're going to see in our book today. So I wanted to make sure we reviewed those words. So now what we're going to do is let's get into the Witch of Whitmore Street and see what happens. Are we ready, guys? Can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up. All right, so what we're going to do is we're each going to take a page and we're going to read. And sometimes we might read all together. So this book is about Ramsey and Janet, and they are the main characters. Hey, Joey, could you just mute your mic, sweetie? Thank you so much. Good job. So Ramsey and Janet are our main characters in The Witch of Whitmore Street. Who wants to read the first page for us? Who wants to read it for us? Logan, why don't you give it a shot?
Ramsey and Janet lived on Whitmore Street. They never played together. Ramsey liked sports, Janet didn't.
Good job. Who wants to read the next page? Great work, Logan. You can mute. Anthony, you want to give this one a shot, Anthony?
One day they were outside. A moving truck pulled up. A new family. Janet cried. Maybe they have kids who play basketball, Ramsey said.
Good job. And see that sentence where it says, a new family, Janet cried? How should that sound? Look at that end punctuation mark. How should that sound? How should that sound? Brandon, how should that sound?
A new family.
Good, a new family, Janet cried, because we want to read with expression, right? Good job. All right, who's going to do the next page? Who wants to read the next page? Go ahead, Christopher.
But it was just a tall lady. She wore a big coat. She went into the house. Janet and Ramsey were sad, but it wasn't a big deal. The house has been empty anyway.
Good. Christopher, do you know why it said Janet and Ramsey were sad? Why do you think they were sad, Christopher?
Because they wanted this new family to have kids.
Why do you think they wanted kids to move in?
So they had someone to play with.
Good job. So they have someone to... You think they're going to play with the old woman? Maybe not. Maybe. You never know. Who wants to... Oh, Anthony's like, yeah, definitely. Who wants to read the next page? Joey, you want to give it a try, this page?
One day, Janet saw something. She asked Ramsey, "Did you see the smoke across the street?" "Yes, there was a big pile over a fire." "That's weird," Janet said.
Great job. Excellent. Let's go to the next page. Did everybody read? Who didn't read? Someone didn't read. Brandon, can you read this page for me? Just make sure you unmute.
There's odd stuff in her windows, too. There are animal schools, Ramsey said. Janet gasped. She's a witch. A witch, Ramsey shook his head. Witches aren't real.
Very good. And look at that punctuation mark where it says a witch. How can we make our voice sound when we read that? How should it sound? Let me know, Brandon.
A witch?
A witch? Ramsey shook his head. So we have to really pay attention to our punctuation marks. Good work. Who wants to read the next page? Chris, go ahead, Chris. Unmute, sweetie.
There was a cauldron in her yard, Janet said. There are skulls in the windows. She's making a potion. Don't witches use bones to cast spells? There are no witches on Whitmore Street, Ramsey said, but he wondered, were witches real?
Good job. So, what do they think the old lady is? Joey, what do they think the old lady is? What do they think, Joey?
A witch.
A witch. Do you agree, Joey? Do you think she's a witch? Tell me why you think that, Joey. Why do you think she's a witch?
I think she's a witch because of everything they said.
What did they say about her? What were some of the clues that they said about her that made her a witch?
They saw skulls in her windows. She's making a potion, and she has a, I forget the word that they said that they used was in her yard.
Oh, a cauldron. Does anyone know what a cauldron is? Does anyone know what a cauldron is? That was a word we didn't talk about. Brandon, you know what it is?
It's a pot.
It's a pot. Very good. It's like a witch's brew pot. Good job, Brandon. Who's going to read this page? Logan, you want to read this page for us, sweetie?
For the next week, Janet and Ramsey became spies. They watched everything that the neighbor did. They watched her house. They were sure she was bad news.
They were sure. What does that mean? They were sure she was bad news. What does that mean? Bad news? What does that mean? Logan, what does that mean?
That she may not be a good person.
Good job. Like, they think she's not a good person. But Logan, do they know her yet?
No.
No, they don't know anything about her, right? And they're already assuming something about her, right?
Yeah.
Good job, Logan. Who's going to read this page? Anthony, you want to try this page, Anthony?
The kids were whispering on Janet's porch Saturday afternoon. Janet's dad joined them. Are you ready for dinner at Dr. Baker's? What? Who's Dr. Baker? Janet asked. Our new neighbor, said Janet's dad. She asked our families over for dinner. I thought you knew. Let's go. We can't be late. Janet and Ramsey didn't want to go.
Good job. Excellent, Anthony. Let's see what happens on the next page. Let's see. Logan, honey, put that down, sweetie. Sit with me, my friend. Thank you. Brandon, you want to read this one? Sure, go ahead.
Who would eat dinner with a witch? She might turn them into frogs. She's a stranger. We shouldn't go. Janet said, don't be silly. All people start out as strangers. Then you got to know them. Janet's mom said you'll like Dr. Baker. I met her yesterday. She's so interesting.
Good job.
You'll love talking to her. She retired after years of teaching at a college in
That's a tough word.
Oklahoma.
Good job, Oklahoma. Excellent. It's another state. Who wants to read this page? That was great reading, Brandon. Who wants to read this page? Go ahead, Christopher.
The kids argued. Their parents refused to budge. They were told the kids not to worry. They said, there is nothing spooky about the neighbor. Soon they were at Dr. Baker's door.
Great. Let me ask a question. Joey, how do you think they are feeling right now? How do you think Janet and Ramsey are feeling right now, Joey?
I think they are feeling like worried because they're worried that the neighbor's gonna like do something.
Good job. They're a little worried.
But I also think that I'm starting to think that the neighbor might not be a witch.
Is that what you? What makes you think that the neighbor might not be a witch now? What makes you think that?
One of the pages earlier, I forgot which one, it said something that made me think the neighbor might not be one. So I'm kind of going to that side now.
So you're kind of switching your prediction, right? based on what you read in the story. That's good. Excellent. Very good. Good job, Joey. Who wants to read this page for us? Logan, you want to read for us? All right, unmute.
Come in, Dr. Baker welcomed them loudly. She seemed to have so much eager. Her long, dark hair was in a ponytail.
Can you
She
stop
was
right
a
there for 1 second, Logan? Can you go back to that second sentence? Come in, Dr. Baker welcomed them loudly. She seemed to have so much. What do you think that word is?
Eager.
Let's try.
Energy.
Good job. Good self-correction. Keep going.
Her long, dark hair was in a ponytail. She was a big glass.
Think about that sentence
What?
again. Try that sentence one more time.
Her long, dark hair was in a ponytail. She wore big glasses.
Way to go.
Once inside the kid. I'm confused on this because it doesn't really make sense.
That's okay. You can try it again.
Once inside, the kids could see small skulls and bones on the shelves. You like my collection? Dr. Baker pointed to the bones. You can touch anything that's sitting out. I'm proud of all the things I found.
Great reading, Logan. Excellent.
One of our words was paleontologist. I think she's that.
So you think she's a paleontologist?
They find bones paleontologist.
That's right. Good job. And we talked about that word before we started reading, right? Good work. Who wants to read this page? Let's see what happens. Christopher, you want to read this page? Brandon, you'll go to the next page, okay?
I found these things.
Try that sentence one more time, Christopher. Start with the first
I
word.
found these things, Janet asked. Dr. Baker is a historian and a paleontologist. Janet's mom said, I just love old things. Dr. Baker grinned. These are fossils. I found them not for casting spells or anything.
So, Christopher, go back to that last sentence that says they're not. Look at that punctuation mark at the end. How should that sentence sound?
They're not for casting spells. Ramsey blurt.
Right. They're not for casting spells. When you have a question mark at the end, your voice kind of comes up a little bit. They're not for casting spells, Ramsey blurted, because he's asking a question, right? Good job, Christopher. So she's clearly not a witch. Go ahead, Brandon. You want to read this page?
Dr. Baker laughed. Science is my magic. No spells, just hard work. Why do you have a cauldron? Janet demanded. I make my own barbecue sauce.
Good job. You used the sentence to figure it out.
In a big pot. There's plenty of my ribs.
Let's go back to that first sentence again, and let's start with I again. I make
my barbecue sauce outside. I make my barbecues outside. I use a big pot, so there's plenty. My ribs have been in the sauce for days. Try some.
So I have a question. Joey, was she making potions and casting spells in the big cauldron? No, she wasn't. What was she making, Anthony? What was she making when they were spying on her, Anthony?
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce in a big cauldron, exactly. So let me ask a question. Do you think they made an assumption about Dr. Baker that wasn't true before they know her? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's true. Did they assume something about Dr. Baker that wasn't true? Who wants to read this page? Let's see what Dr. Baker does next. Who wants to read this one? Christopher, you want to read this one again?
Dr. Baker gave them dinner. It was the best ribs ever. Dr. Baker told them about her adventures. They could have listened to her all night. It started to get late. They asked her to come visit them soon.
Good. Who wants to read this page? Anthony, you want to give this page a try?
As they left, Janet said, "I was wrong. Dr. Baker is great. She's not strange." Ramsey smiled. "She's strange in a good way. I like the Witch of Whitmore Street, don't you?"
Good. So at the end, did they end up really liking Dr. Baker? Give me a thumbs up if they ended up liking Dr. Baker. Good job. Excellent. Yeah. Logan, would you have liked to meet Dr. Baker and see all of her bones that she dug up? Yeah, you'd like to see that? Would you all like to see that? Good. Excellent. Very good. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do now. Now that we finished the book of The Witch of Whitmore Street, we're going to do a quick word work activity, and then we're going to talk about some character traits. So here's what we're going to do right now. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to do a word work activity. Can you see my screen here? Can you see my screen right here? Here's what we're going to do. I am going to have you make some words. And you know what we're going to work on? We're going to work on the long A sound. We're going to work on the long A sound. And we're going to work on words that are made with AY, that make the long A sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to our Google slide. And I want you to open up your Google slide. And each of you are going to be on your own slide. So can you open your Google slide on your own computer? So here's what we're going to do, guys. I want you to build the word ray, like a ray of sunshine. And what you're going to do is you're going to drag those letters in the first box at the top. So drag the letters into the first box at the top, all the way at the top. Very good. Excellent. Really, really good. Good work. Excellent. And Logan, good job. And Brandon, you're going to show me on a piece of paper.
What?
Joey, good work. Anthony, can you bring your, good job, Anthony. I see you building. Awesome job. Good job, Brandon. Build the word gray. Gray. So now we made the word ray. I want you to build the word gray. Gray. And Brandon, you can write those down for me and show me your work. Very good. Nice job. Good work, Anthony. Good work, Christopher. Nice job, Logan. Excellent. Good work. Way to go, Logan. So what I want you to do is the next word, I want you to make the word pray. 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 And Anthony, change it from gray to AY. Anthony, change your gray to AY. Gray. So take your E out of there and just move it back and then change it to AY. Good job. Awesome. So third word is I want you to write the word pray. Pray. Or actually build the word. And Brandon, can I see your paper, Brandon? After you're done with that word? Good job. Excellent, Joey. Good job, Anthony. Logan, how are you doing? Can you make the word pray, Logan? Let me see. Oh, good job. Excellent, Brandon. Way to go. Good job. All right, guys. Next word I want you to write. This one's tougher. I want you to make the word spray. Spray. Can you make the word spray? Make the word spray. Spray. spray, spray. Think about what blends you hear in the beginning. Spray. What do you hear? Good. Let's see. Way to go, Christopher. Excellent. Good job. Very good. Logan, spur, spur. It's a blend. Good job, Joey. Excellent. Nice work. Excellent, Anthony. Way to go. Very good. Very good, Joey. Excellent. You guys are good. So, Logan, spur, spur. What three letters is that together, Logan?
Has your letters been moving?
Yes.
Good job, Logan. Nice work. Christopher, can you mute your mic, Christopher? Thanks, honey. Good job, Logan. Excellent. Perfect. Because that spur is a blend. It's a three-letter blend. S-P-R. Spur. A. Good job. All right, next word. You ready? I want you to make the word spraying. 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 Build the word spraying on your Google slide. Spraying. 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 Think about what we just did. We just wrote the word spray. Right, Anthony? We just wrote the word spray. Now I want you to write the word spraying. Good job. Way to go. Nice work, Joey. Logan, remember we started with the word spray, Logan? And now we're making spraying. What are we missing in there, Logan? Christopher, are you doing okay on this one? Because I don't see you building. Are you doing okay? Spraying. Brandon, let me see yours, sweetie. Move it over this way. Good job. Excellent. Very good. Good job, Joey. Excellent work. Good work. Very nice, Anthony. Good job. Way to go. Good. Logan, we're starting with the word spray, and then we're making it spraying. Spraying. Good. Very good. Good job, Christopher. Good job. Good job, Christopher. Okay, the last word, boys, you're going to make. You ready for this one? Listen. We made spray. We made spraying. I want you to make the word sprayed. Sprayed. Make the word sprayed. Let me see you build it. Let me see you build sprayed. Nice job. You're doing great. I see you building. Way to go, guys. Spur, Christopher. Spur. Sprayed. Spur. Good work, Logan. Nice job, Joey. Good. Way to go, Anthony. Nice job. Good. Excellent, Joey. Almost there, Logan. Good job. Way to go. Almost there, Christopher. Nice job. Good work. Anthony, you doing okay on yours, sweetie? Let me see yours, Brandon. Can you come a little closer, Brandon? Nice work. Excellent, Logan. Good work. Good work, Christopher. Logan, good work. We're good. Nice work. Excellent, Joey. Good job, Anthony. Almost there, Anthony. Last two letters. And Brandon, you did a great job, too. I like, Brandon, that you were really able to just go with the flow. Right, Brandon? Good work. I'm proud of you.
Before I show you the rest of the video, I just want you to know that typically I wouldn't do this next part of the lesson in one lesson. Typically, this would be broken up into two lessons. Everything you saw up to that part would have been in one lesson, plus a short discussion prompt, but I did a little bit of asking of questions and a little bit of discussion during the book itself. Now the next part, typically the next lesson, we would reread the book. I would do another discussion prompt based on the story, and then we would do a guided writing activity. So I want you to know that I decided to add the guided writing activity into this lesson for demonstration purposes. I wanted to be able to give the teachers that are watching this a very good view of what you can do in terms of the comprehension lesson that moves into the guided writing portion. But please know this would be 2 separate lessons. That would have been the end of the first lesson where we ended with word work. The next day, we would do a quick review of sight words. We would read the story again. We would do a discussion prompt, and then we would do the guided writing activity. So I just want you to know that this would have been broken up into 2 separate sections, but I wanted to ensure that I showed you both parts. Please continue watching to see the next part of the video where we do a guided writing activity based on our comprehension skill.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about character traits, and we're going to think about the book, The Witch of Whitemore Street, and we're going to think about the characters' traits. And when we think about characters' traits, we think about how they look. We could think about how they look. We could think about what they say. We could think about what they do. And we could think about how they act. And we could also think about how they think. So when we're talking about character traits, we can describe the way a character looks. Those are their physical traits. We could talk about what the character says, and we can understand their traits from what they say. We can understand their traits from what they do, their actions. That was what we were talking about with act, because we can tell their character traits by the way they act, and we could also tell their character traits by the way they think. So right now, I want us to look at this picture right here. Here's the picture from the story. That was when they were looking out the window, and they were looking at Dr. Baker's house, and at that point, they called her the witch, right? The Witch of Whitemore Street. Let's think about what they were doing. This was the page that it says they were spying on her and they were watching her. And before then, they were talking about how she had her cauldron in the backyard. So on this page, it says, for the next week, Janet and Ramsey became spies. They watched everything the new neighbor did. They watched her house. They were sure she was bad news. Let me ask a question. Can we think about what they did? What was an action? What was an action that Janet and Ramsey did on this page? What were they doing? Who can tell me an action that they were doing? What were they doing? Who wants to share that? Anthony, can you tell me what Janet and Ramsey were doing on this page? What were they doing, Anthony?
Which page?
This one right here. Oh, I'll show. And this picture right here, see? Where they were looking out that window and they were watching everything she was doing. What were they doing?
What happened on that page?
Yeah, what were they doing?
They were spying.
They were spying. Who were they spying on?
Miss Baker.
Right, Dr. Baker. And tell me something. Why were they spying on her? What was the reason?
So they could see if she was a witch.
Very good. So if I were to write that, and I write down their character traits, I could say Janet and Ramsey were spying on Dr. Baker because, that's an important word, they thought she was a witch, right? That tells me an action that they did, right? Now, let's talk about when they said that she was bad news. So if Janet or Ramsey said that Dr. Baker was bad news, what kind of character trait that is? What kind of character trait does Janet or Ramsey possess that they said she was bad news? how can we tell what kind of character trait that they had? Let me get my, was it nice? Logan, was it nice that they said she was bad news, Logan? Was that nice?
No.
It wasn't. So what character trait or what word can we use to describe that they called her bad news? What can we say about someone that said that? Go ahead, Logan.
Mean?
It was a little mean, wasn't it? Because, Logan, was Dr. Baker bad news?
No.
No, she wasn't. But they thought she was before they got to know her, right? So we can say, if I pull this picture here, we could say Ramsey and Janet were being mean because they said Dr. Baker was bad news. Is that something that happened, Logan?
Yeah.
All right, so let's think about and let's do a quick brainstorming. Who can give me a word that can describe Janet and Ramsey? Any word that can describe them. It could describe how they acted. It could describe what they said. It could describe what they thought. Christopher, can you give me a word that can describe either of them, Janet or Ramsey? Christopher, can you give me a word that describes Janet and Ramsey and anything that they did in the book?
They were friends. They were friends with Miss Dr. Baker once they went in.
So at the end, did they become friendly? Were they friendly at the end? At the end they were, so they were friendly at the end. What's another word to describe how they acted or how they felt? Think about this one. Think about this picture right here. Look at my screen. That was just about when they were about to go into Dr. Baker's house. How did they feel there? How did they feel there? Joey, how do you think they felt in this picture right here? How did they feel, Joey, there?
Like really nervous.
Why were they nervous, Joey?
Because they thought Dr. Baker was a witch.
Because they thought Dr. Baker was a witch. Very good, Joey. So we could say they were friendly. They were nervous, right? What are some other words we could use to describe Janet and Ramsey? Brandon, can you think of a word that we can use to describe Janet or Ramsey?
They are sneaky.
Ooh, why were they sneaky? That's a good one. Why were they sneaky?
Because they were like spying, and like when people are spying, they're usually like looking at they have to be sneaky or else the person's gonna know they're there.
That's right. And do you think that was nice that they were acting sneaky and spying on her? Was that a nice thing to do? No, it wasn't. Good job. Excellent. And what about this one right here? This was the page in the story. Look at this one. Joey, look at this page. Do you remember this part of the story when they first thought that she was a witch? Do you remember what Ramsey was saying to Janet there, Joey? Do you remember?
That Janet thought that Dr. Baker was a witch.
Right. Was she being nice by saying that?
No, but Ramsey said that witches weren't real.
Okay, so let's go back. So it says she has odd stuff in her windows too. There are animal skulls, Ramsey said. Janet gasped. She's a witch. A witch? Ramsey shook his head. Witches aren't real. Good job remembering the story, Joey. So let me ask you a question. What word can we use to describe Janet here, Joey, based on what she said? What word can we use to describe her, Joey? Well, let me ask you a question. If she's calling her a witch and she doesn't know her, right, Dr. Baker, is that a nice thing to do or is that kind of mean?
Very mean.
It's mean. So would you say that maybe Janet was being a little bit mean in the beginning when she didn't know her?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So we could use the word mean to describe Janet because she was saying she was a witch when she didn't even know her. So that's another type of character trait, right? Now, when we got towards the end, how did they feel towards the end? And what do you think they were thinking about more towards the end? So here they are with Dr. Baker. What do you think they felt? Or how do you think they acted? Or what word could we use to describe Janet and Ramsey at the end? Brandon, what do you think? What words can we use to describe Janet and Ramsey at the end?
Surprised.
Surprised. That's a great word. Now, why were they surprised?
Because like they didn't know why she had so many bones in her house and the cauldron.
Very good. And then they were surprised when they found out what? What did they find out about her?
She was a paleontologist and she used the cauldron to make barbecue sauce.
Very good, because she made great ribs, right? She said her ribs and her barbecue sauce were their best. So boys, here's what we're going to do. Listen really carefully. So now that we talked about words to describe Janet and Ramsey, what you're going to do, so your homework assignment is going to be on your slides. You are going to bring pictures in and you are going to write your sentences saying, Janet was friendly because. We have to make sure we use that very, very important word, because. We want to prove that Janet and Ramsey acted this way or said these things. We want to give proof from the story. So you're going to take these pictures into your Google Slides and you're going to write, Janet was friendly because. Or like Brandon just said, Janet and Ramsey were surprised because. Or you can say, Janet said she had skulls in her house because. Janet and Ramsey were nervous because. So you're going to choose 3 pictures and you are going to use a word to describe Janet and Ramsey, or one or the other. And you're going to use the word because I want you to give me proof by what they did, by what they said, or how they acted. So that's the activity that I'm going to have you work on after our lesson today. So that's part of your homework. So now let me show you the other activities I'm going to have you do after we get off of our call. So this is your homework. The first thing I want you to do is you're going to work on the character traits activity. You're going to tell me what character trait they were, and we're going to use the word because to describe why you think they were that character trait. Then I'm going to have you do this slide, which is to practice those sight words again. You're going to build your sight words, type them, and then you're going to drag this highlighter over the sight word at the top of the column. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to work on these question stems. So you have 3 activities to finish. You're going to answer, hold on one second, guys. You're going to answer each of these questions by typing in your Google Slides. So you have 3 activities: your character traits, your sight words, and your text-dependent questions, answering these 4 questions, and we'll go over your work the next time we meet. Okay, so my friends, you could all unmute. Boys, you did a great job. I am so proud of you. Let me ask one question. Did you like the story, The Witch of Whitmore Street?
Yeah.
You liked it? It was good, right?
And my prediction in the beginning was totally wrong, but then after that, then I realized.
But you know what, Joey? Is it okay that your prediction was wrong?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's okay. You guys did a great job. Give me a thumbs up. And I want you to pat your brain and say, good job, brain. Because you guys are so good. Woohoo! Give me a little dance because you did a good job. Listen, boys, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. I'm so proud of you. Don't forget to do your homework.
Oh my goodness.
And I will see you next time. Bye, boys. Everybody say goodbye. Bye, guys. See you later. Have a good day.